Humble flex. But I used to be pretty smart back in school. Now I'm talking about K through 12 because let's be honest here, when I got to college, I kind of just didn't give a crap anymore and wanted to stop stressing out so much about my grades, so my work ethic has only declined since graduating high school. Let's just say I peaked in high school and it's all going downhill from here. Back to school, you know how there's that Asian stereotype of us being smart? Well, for me, that only applies to school. But I mean, if I had to choose if I was street smart or book smart, I'd lean towards book smart. Let me tell you that being book smart and being school smart are totally different. I am school smart, meaning that I know how to weasel my way around school to get my stellar grades. Now, don't get me wrong, there has to be a little bit of book smart and hard work in order to pull this off, but I somehow managed to make it work and graduate school. And I'm sorry to all my friends and family who had to find out that your girl, who graduated with honors and distinction, actually is not really smart. And I'm not gonna lie, having some luck with your school and teachers has a role to play. Has anyone ever watched my Overcooked video? If yes, then perfect, you'll understand. If not, too long, didn't read, but I mentioned a very specific game creating a version encouraging cheating. And I'm not encouraging cheating in any way, shape, or form, because let's be real, if you cheat, you might end up like me, an awkward, anxious introvert who makes weird videos on YouTube trying to justify herself while some people watch. And since this is a video about being school smart, I'm not going to refer to it as cheating, but instead a strategy to ace a test. First, it's good to make friends any way you can. Like I said, I'm an anxious little introvert, but I was lucky enough to have a way to make friends somehow. If the stars align... Oh, wait. That's not the best movie reference. But you might get lucky enough to have friends who both A, have the same class with the same teacher before you, and B, is a real one and is willing to help you too. But this is no one-way trade. If you have a friend, you got to be the real one for them too. For me, I would offer up some help with homework. I had a great friend. We'll call him Alec. And we both had the same English teacher our senior year with just different periods. He was a pretty anxious person too. Didn't really like to voice his opinion too much in class. Every day, I'm not kidding, I would go up and ask him probably the same 3 questions. What did we do today? Did we have or go over the homework? Did the teacher call on any students today? Just saying, that already brings a chill up my spine. I'm sure there are people out there who can relate, not wanting to answer a question, but the teacher calling on random students anyway. There would be an occasional question on test days. I bet you all know where this is going. So, what were we tested on? And my high school gave 15 minutes for break, meaning I had 15 minutes to look up all the answers that Alec told me. I bet most of you also know about the calculator trick. Most graphing calculators have a place where you can write notes. See where I'm going with this? Tippy tippy typey. I did cheap tricks like those. Rarely would I ever look over at my neighbor's test to copy their answers, because you never know if they actually know the answer or not. I can't risk it, so I just stick with my tactics. It even works for online tests. Take turns with your friends. Someone is going to have to sacrifice a test, but if you take turns, it will be okay. Just take the test and do a little snappy and send it off. Also, for tests, quizzes, homework, need to memorize something? I like to use the association trick. What songs, what book quotes, what movie quotes, for all I know, are you obsessed with? When you're trying to memorize an answer, associate the answer with your quote. I have gone as far as even just matching the first letter of an answer with a song just so I can remember. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria. M. Mamma mia. What is the powerhouse of the cell? M. Mitochondria. I mean, obviously test questions are harder than that, but you understand my point. Sometimes it also helps to write anything you're worried about forgetting on the front page of a test just in case. Like if Alec told me there were questions I didn't study and made time to memorize them, I'll last minute try to remember them. So when we were handed out tests, I'll write it down on the front page so in case I forget it, I can turn to the front to see what the answer is. Got big projects where you don't even know where to start? You guys, we live in a world of technology where people have probably done the same exact project as you. Had to make a commercial completely in Spanish? Well, you're in luck. If you have access to the internet, and I hope you do if you're watching my video right now, just look up some on YouTube and piece together your favorites and make your own version. Can you count that as plagiarism? Maybe, but you're not supposed to take everything from one source. Maybe you use the same camera angle from one video and the same way to introduce your product from another. Same ideas, different video. If you're lucky, you can even find homework questions on the internet too. You bet I did this too. Don't understand something? Do that little tippy typey and see what's up. Even if you can't find the answer, you might find information that could be helpful to you. Here's a real life example. And don't come for me, okay? I know this answer is kind of obvious, but I still missed it anyways, because law just does not come easy to me. Also, this is for the US, so sorry if you don't really understand. It was about the Dred Scott decision, and I said luck has a big role in this, right? Well, lucky for me, my teacher allowed us to have 2 tries at test questions. On my second attempt, of course I Googled it. But my teacher is smart enough to write her own original test questions, so there was no Quizlet flashcards to help me. But lo and behold, there was an article telling me that one of the only ways to change the Supreme Court's decision was to amend the Constitution. So let's go back to that test question. Well, looky here, the one answer that had an amendment. And when I answered it again, it was correct. So obviously everyone studies differently, memorizes differently, so my tactics really only work for myself. And now you can ask me any question taught in a school curriculum, and I won't be able to answer any of it. Bruh. You know how people say students only memorize the things for the test day and then forget it to make room for new information for the next test? I haven't heard anything so accurate because that is exactly me. And any friend can tell you I have a trash memory. Something they told me about a month ago, I probably don't remember it, so please tell me again. So no, I am not smart. To be honest, I have the knowledge of an average person. I mean, look at my mitochondria example. That has become such a meme that was the only thing I could think of when writing the script. Honestly, an average person can probably spit out some knowledge they somehow retained from school, and when they do, I'm always amazed because I can't remember learning what they said. All that knowledge is now gone. So no, I am not smart. I was school smart.